The Unhappy Hour on the new AmericanMedia.com.
All right, everybody, we're back live. It's Brian Engelman here on the Unhappy Hour. We're joined with Zak Baris, lifelong Cleveland sports fan, former NBA scout, current NBA consultant. We're talking pretty much about everything. We just got done discussing the Cavs and the Warriors and the Raptors and the Spurs and some potential trades and the playoffs that are coming up, this, that, and the other. Check out that show and our show about March Madness, what we've seen so far and what we can expect moving forward. It's all at thenewamericanmedia.com. Zach, the Cleveland Browns have went ahead and signed RG3, Robert Griffin III. Let's talk about the contract and what you think it's going to mean for the franchise moving forward.
I don't know if it means anything. I think it means the end of Josh McCown, and honestly, I just still hope they take a quarterback at 2 because Robert Griffin hasn't been successful in 4 years.
That is true. That is true.
I'm not hating the signing. If he still has his athletic ability, I think he could be great. I just don't know if he does. But I trust Hugh Jackson. I'm going to give this regime an opportunity. But they really like Hugh Jackson. If Hugh Jackson thinks he can develop him, then fine.
How nice would Ezekiel Elliott look in a Browns uniform, though? If I
it
could
looks
just
great, but taking a running back to 2 is absurd. When
No.
many other holes.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about maybe if you trade down to someone that's super hungry to get something and you don't value, you find most of your value in the mid-first round, late first round, early second round, and if you can stockpile some of them. We saw that out of Ray Farmer. It was neat how he did that. The picks didn't pan out. That was the problem there.
Until you find your franchise quarterback, you are not going to win in the NFL.
Well, is that franchise quarterback there at number 2?
Carson Wentz or Jared Goff, I believe so.
Really? Which one?
I don't know at this point. I'm going to leave it up to Hugh Jackson. I'll leave it up to the quarterback guru.
Yeah, it's just a little different. Everybody was super high on RG3, and you remember this Browns franchise was willing to almost give away everything for RG3. You remember that?
I do.
Talk about what that would have done and kind of what we saw in the process, like when you pull that Mike Ditka move and trade everybody for Ricky Williams.
No Brandon Weeden, no Trent Richardson. I think the franchise would be where the same point it is now if he was a bust. Just about everybody they've taken over the last couple of years has sucked.
It's so sad. Except the linemen that we let go on to other teams. They did okay. Alex Mack and Mitchell Schwartz.
Well, that was before the whole RG3 thing.
Right.
Schwartz was the year after, Mitchell Schwartz was, I think, the RG3 draft. He was a second-round pick.
Yeah, and I would say running back is a position with the Browns that they're not really stressing. They think if they use Duke Johnson the right way and Crowell the right way.
I think if they use Duke and Crowell the right way, they're fine.
Absolutely. Josh Gordon coming back, do you see a receiver as an urgent need or just linemen?
Receivers an urgent need. They don't have anyone besides Josh Gordon. I don't even know if Josh Gordon's on the team yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard that he's been reinstated. I have not heard that yet. So, yeah, he's not even there.
That's a problem that someone else is going to grab in the second or third round. But you need a quarterback in order to be successful in this league. Once you get your quarterback, all the other pieces fall into place.
Yeah.
We've witnessed that with so many teams, Brian.
That's true, because then you can relax on that position for a minute and address your other needs.
Once you have your quarterback, everything else falls into place. It's just is what it is. I don't care if you have one of the most talented rushers. If you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win in this day and age in the NFL. Back the Ravens in the early 2000s could get away with it. Late 90s, early 2000s could get away without having a quarterback. It's a different game back then. It's not the same anymore. The game has evolved.
Yeah, it has. And same with the NBA. Every sport evolves. Everything
Look at the
changes.
Panthers. The Panthers suck. They got Cam Newton. What happened? Bam. Super Bowl. It took them a couple of years.
Yeah,
but
it took a few years.
Team around. I'm saying that Carolina didn't have any receivers on this year's team. Cam Newton made those guys.
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin got injured for the season before it even started.
Exactly. They were doing a rookie and Devin Funchess, a retread in Ted Ginn, Philly Brown. It's not like they had the best receiving core in the league. Cam Newton is able to extend plays. He's a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback.
Right.
Everything falls into place. Look at Denver. Denver went from being a crappy football team. They were a playoff football team at 8-8 with Tim Tebow, and it was a joke. That team would have had a quarterback that would have been much better. As soon as you saw Peyton Manning come in the next year, they were in the Super Bowl.
And Peyton Manning,
can do.
the Broncos won the Super Bowl despite Peyton Manning this year. You know,
their defense was so good, but Peyton's still a game. I mean, the thing is, Peyton's still in control of that football team. It was totally different. They still won.
Yeah, he found a way to get through it.
One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, he found a way to get through it, but he was no longer the rifleman back there that you had been used to for so many years.
Exactly.
A lot like I was saying, like LeBron could play another 10 really awesome, productive years. His role would just change.
Exactly.
He kept him from screwing up too much. Peyton Manning did, but yeah, I mean the defense really won it. So I mean, we'll see what the Browns do. It's just interesting to bring in RG3. We were willing to give up the farm for him a few years ago. RG3 has a lot to prove. If he doesn't make something happen here, he's also been one of those toxic locker room personalities. A lot of people have
exactly. So let's see what happens. I mean, I'm a little nervous for it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it can't be any worse than Johnny Manziel. I mean, God Almighty! I just hope the Browns draft the right type of person. Number one, that you got to have the right character. Number two, you just have to, be able to get through injuries and stay healthy. Those are big important issues. But you got to have the right mindset, the right mentality. You have to be the right type of man, the right type of human being.
Exactly.
You have to be the right type of human being, or else it sets your franchise back so bad. So
exactly.
All right. Well, that's all I got, Zach. You got anything else you want to add about the Browns in general? Johnny Manziel, any final shots out the door?
Nope.
Rock on. All right. Well, then I'll tell you what. Let's get things moving. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. We always appreciate it, Zach.
Talk again, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think we've reached that point in the year where between March Madness and the playoffs gearing up, we're going into definitely once a week, probably maybe a little bit more, and then when the Cavs games start to really count, maybe after each game if we can swing that. I remember we kind of geared things up last year, and I fully expect another deep title run out of Cleveland this year, so let's keep our fingers crossed, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That sound okay to you?
Sounds good, Brian.
All right. You have a great weekend. We'll talk soon, buddy. Make sure you check him out on Twitter. He's at ZBaris. That's ZBARIS. All right. Well, there you have it. We did 3 shows. We split them up into 3 segments. You can piece them all together. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Part 1 was about March Madness. Part 2 was about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Part 3 was about RG3 signing with the Cleveland Browns. My name is Brian Engelman. I appreciate you checking out this program, and I hope that you join us on all of our areas of social media. You go to thenewamericanmedia.com, 3 things you're going to see on the right-hand side. It's the TNAM radio button. That's where you click play to listen live to this show. And we send out Twitter messages and Facebook messages when we go live. That's right on thenewamericanmedia.com on the right-hand side. Link up with everything. And then, if you see the stories and the archived shows scrolling through the main page at thenewamericanmedia.com, as you will, click on that YouTube link right there. Click on it again, and you're on our YouTube page. Click subscribe and leave your comments. I don't know where we're at. Maybe 3,000 subscribers and coming up on 600,000 video views. Things are definitely moving in the right direction. We're growing by the day, and we appreciate each and every one of you listening to the show. So I'm going to get running for now. I just want to say I appreciate you. I love you. We'll talk again soon. Peace.
Hi, everybody. You're listening to Agree to Disagree with Brian Engelman, and this is John B. Wells reminding you that not only is Brian Engelman a cool guy, and not only is the new AmericanMedia.com a very cool platform, but here's a cool idea for you, too. Are you alone? Not really. Do you like dogs? Do you like cats? You do. Of course you do. Everybody does. One or the other, maybe even both. You know, there are a lot of dogs and cats that are at shelters right now, and if somebody doesn't take them home, they're going to wind up euthanized. That's a nice way of saying they're going to be killed because there's simply not enough room. I guarantee it, the best dogs and the best cats, the best pets come from shelters. There's something about dogs and cats. They know. They know where they are. You walk through one of them, and certainly at least one is going to look at you and go, I wish you'd take me home. I'm in hell. Please take me out of here. It'll be the best thing that you ever did for your soul. You'll feel good about it. And not only that, but you have a friend for life. Doesn't matter if you got money, you don't have money. Well, it doesn't make any difference to a dog or cat. All they need is the sound of your voice and maybe even the stroke of your hand, and they're fine. Maybe a little food every once in a while. The sweetest sound that those pets ever hear is your voice. Think it over and adopt a cat or a dog from a local shelter today. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did.